When I'm an animal, I'm a full animal. So I'm either in beast mode or I don't give a shit mode.
It's my dress, it doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the show. I'm calling you out on your life is not a cabaret.
She's an entrepreneur,
100 calories, the margarita you can trust.
self-proclaimed accidental influencer,
Oh, the scent. It's more than just like clay.
and former reality TV star.
You got your hanging out, your hair down to here, you got crazy eyes.
The multi-talented Bethenny Frankel has never lacked confidence.
I'm a smart girl. Do you think I got here by being dumb?
Her savviness and unrelenting hustle, turning her into a self-made multi-millionaire.
I said I was gonna be a spokesperson, which is worth more than $1 million a year. Take it or leave it, don't go fishing.
Despite a tumultuous upbringing
I would have to call the police as early as 5 years old, so my house was psychotic.
and being broke into her late 30s,
I would have been on a pole if I had to support my child.
Frankel has capitalized on every opportunity
It's completely insane all day, so it's fun, it's alive.
while sharing her wealth with those who need it most.
I work harder on that than I do on things that I'm really working on business-wise.
We traveled to her historic Connecticut home
And you were saying only 20 people have lived here.
Since 1743.
to get a taste of her infamous Weirdo snacks.
Are you a top or a bottom?
You answered that.
Bethenny Frankel, right here on In Depth.
How about the most notable stories that come to mind when you were an assistant and did some work with Paris Hilton, or when you were an assistant to Jerry Bruckheimer?
It's all accidental, all of it. So I was a hostess at La Scala, which is like the pinnacle lunchtime restaurant in LA, in Beverly Hills, for years, where every writer, actress, socialite, producer walks in to get this famous, delicious, overpriced chopped salad. And I just was like, I was networking. And I was dating this this actor, no one famous, and he told me that there was this woman, Kyle, who he had dated, and I don't know how the connection happened, but I met her at La Scala, and we became friends. And Kathy, her sister, needed someone to take her daughters, Paris and Nikki, to and from school at Lycée and to ice skating. So yeah, I was their nanny.
And what about Bruckheimer?
So I was Linda's assistant, but I was in the house with her and Jerry, so I knew both of them. So I would like sort their like vitamins, and I would buy very expensive things at Dunhill and cigars and Hermes, and I would be like, who the hell would spend this at Hermes? And it's like, I get it now. And I worked for under Lorne Michaels on the Paramount, but all of it's accidental. I was literally a temp that got a job with this guy Barnaby, who worked for Lorne Michaels, but somehow I managed into Lorne Michaels' office to meet David Spade and Chris Farley when on the couch doing Black Sheep. I always just like slithered my way into everything. And that's how LA is, though.
You were broke till when?
30s. I mean, I had $8,000 in my bank account when I went on The Housewives.
Come to my thing, and cabaret, and Cuban cabaret upstate, and cabaret all day. Life is not a cabaret.
I think you were getting paid like $7,250 for the entire
first season.
and you took that. Why?
I had nothing else going. I thought if no one sees it, no one will see it. If people see it, it'd be a success. It's not that easy to get on TV. I had turned it down for a month. I wanted to be a natural food chef. But the interesting thing about it is that other people take that monetization and that becomes the core reason they're there, which becomes inauthentic. I would never, ever promote something that I didn't like or believe in, and I would never say anything on that show that wasn't true.
The Bethenny clause that's referenced in articles is what?
I crossed out the part that said that I would ever have to give a piece of my business to the powers that be. So I didn't have to give them a piece of the Skinnygirl deal, but everybody else on reality TV had signed it. But more importantly, after the deal and the Forbes cover, everyone in reality TV had to sign that clause just in case someone cashed out really big.
All right, so a big turning point for you professionally was Skinnygirl. Explain how little interest there was in your idea for the low-calorie mixed drink initially, and then how quickly that changed.
There was no interest at all. Before me, no one drank the clear tequila. The men did. The men were drinking the Patron, but I gave license to women to drink clear tequila, and we were the fastest growing liquor brand in history. We created the ready to drink category, and I invented the skinny margarita and invented the low calorie category.
So you sold Skinnygirl to Beam Global,
Yes.
but you retained the rights to be able to use the name in any way that's not connected to alcohol.
Right.
Looking back now, are you glad you sold when you did?
Yes, because I had to start it. It was the first horse, and other people have gotten a lot more money because of it, but it doesn't mean if I stayed in, I would have gotten more money because of it. I wasn't willing to take the risk that someone could drown us in a category I didn't deserve to be crushing when it's the mafia, the liquor business. The liquor business is the mafia. So getting on those corners was crazy. What's interesting about this is that after my deal, Kim Kardashian learned to drink Midori for $1 million. So I really was an influencer in every other celebrity, including George Clooney, including
now
Ryan,
everybody has. Yeah,
you're welcome. Like that is fully as a result of, because I remember Mark Berg saying to me, Charlie Sheen wants a liquor deal now. And I remember him saying Justin Timberlake everyone wants a liquor deal, because the cover of Forbes and the Hollywood Reporter was just disruptive, and it drove Bravo crazy too, because they didn't have a piece of that deal. She was like, you will, I gave up my entire life for you. I married all these men for you to be able to support you. Like, it was always on my head about it. Do you want to see something that's not normal?
Yeah.
I think it was Miss Teen New York. In this pageant when I was 13, I was the youngest one in it. Look who's next to me. Halle Berry. Is that insane?
Yeah.
If we go deeper, I'll show you the picture where Kurt Russell was at my wedding just by accident. It's not normal. I don't know why my life was like this. The people around here are always like, why is this your life? I don't know.
Bethenny Frankel's childhood was far from ordinary. The daughter of world-renowned horse trainer Robert Frankel, she was exposed to her dad's degenerate lifestyle, which ultimately led to a fractured relationship until the day he died.
He was just an ass till his last breath to me. I don't know if I remember when I was 5 years old and my father adoring me, but I know that every interaction over the years was like me trying to get him to love me or just give me something. And I've recreated that dynamic in some relationships, which is not a good place to go.
And what was his reasoning for severing connection early on?
I think to him I was my mother, who I think destroyed him.
After her parents divorced, Frankel's mom married another horse trainer, and the bad influences of the racetrack continued. Bethenny had her first drink of alcohol at age 7 and placed her first bet at just 8. Meanwhile, home life presented its own set of challenges.
I grew up in a house of extreme eating disorder. Extreme. Not any kind of thing that you have ever heard about.
And that means what?
It means that from the time that I found my mother throwing up at 7 years old in the bathroom, there is not a single solitary piece of food that she ever kept down. She would go out to nightclubs and drink all night at Studio 54, and she was stunning. And my stepfather, who was staying home with me, which doesn't make any sense because he wasn't even my real father, but he was the only father. So he would be home with me, and then she would come home completely wasted. He would lock the door. She would punch her 98-pound fist through a glass window to get in. She attempted suicide in front of me. They would get into physical fights and knife fights and crazy in front of my friends, neighbors, everybody. I would have to call the police as early as 5 years old. So my house was psychotic.
What was involved with drafting the Instagram post after your mom passed?
It was a brutal relationship, and it was a brutal experience, and she was a challenging woman to have as a mother, to say the very least. She's part of who I am. I forgive people for, because we are products of our parents' unresolved issues. And so I just wanted to crystallize what it actually was. I had a feeling about it. It had happened. It affected me so deeply that I did not expect it coming. So I just wanted to frame it.
But that was probably a positive in and of itself too, right? How it affected you.
It was a very profound experience. It was like going directly through the eye of the storm to get to the other side. And I found these letters that she wrote to me when I was 21 years old. She like said like, I love you, or you were actually the love of my life. I didn't make it easy for you, or this letter. I went into such a hysterical mode that I thought that everything that I had thought about my childhood, like I made it up in my mind. Like I like literally went to rock bottom. I was completely hysterical. Like everything was my fault, and oh my God, why wasn't I there when she died? Like I took myself on a ride, and then I started calling people from my childhood. And they thought that I wanted to hear like, no, I mean, she was interesting, you know, she'd have people around. I was like, no, I want to hear the bad. Like I wanted to hear because I needed to connect what I imagined and what I thought, what I remembered with the truth. And they were like, you know, my friend Matt Littman, he said your house was criminally insane. I've never said this before, I've never thought of this before. Maybe I'm so painfully honest because she was so painfully dishonest.
Yet for all your honesty, why avoid talking about childhood in therapy until after she passed?
It just showed up. There was nothing to do but deal with it. People have things in their bodies that they're not letting go that they have like chronic pain because of. So it's just like a big thing I was holding with my father and then with her and even my stepfather, you know, I let that go too after this. And I'm not looking to start sugarcoating everything and becoming close with everybody. Reconnecting doesn't mean like go be close with your stepfather that molested you. It doesn't mean that. It means like get some clarity with whatever it needs to be for you.
The connectivity to all of that and relationships today when it comes to dating, you think's what?
Well, her whole thing was the one clarity that she pushed through was never, ever end up with anybody on the racetrack. Never, ever rely on a man. You never need to be supported by a man. She was like, you will, I gave up my entire life for you. I married all these men for you to be able to support you. Like, it was always on my head about it. She had tremendous money noise. And it's affected it because I want to be dependent upon a man, because I don't want to be a man, and that we could talk about in gender roles and being canceled, but I don't want to be a man. So I want to be taken care of by a man. But I don't need to be taken care of financially by a man, but I want to be because I don't want to feel like I'm the man, and that's why there's a whole money issue with dating and all that. It's not an easy thing to navigate. But more importantly than the money, my success is not an easy thing to navigate.
Hold on, I'm gonna get this.
Thank you. Okay. So the thing that I'm running into more, though, as it pertains to relationships is that I thought if I'm with someone who is as financially secure as I am, that we're gonna be, that's fine from that aspect. The problem now that's happening is that it's really not about money. As it pertains to men, it has to do with actual power and success, and it's very emasculating. Not even intentionally, just what's going on is emasculating. That's the big problem. They were zombies. They looked like they were completely traumatized. And I just, one by one, started connecting to them.
I prefer to tell short stories long with lots of useless detail.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's go. Sounds pretty good. We might do one more cut.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Didn't matter exactly. Let me see.
Graham, you're doing great. You're doing really well.
This is like a dollhouse. I mean, you see how short the doors are. This is the original home. Like, look at that doorway, how small it is. This is 1743.
And you were saying only 20 people have lived here.
Since 1743.
Right, almost 300 years.
Is that insane?
Wow.
Crazy. That's why it's a pretty amazing house.
Yeah.
But I preserved, like, this is old-fashioned area, then that's a modern room, so it's cool.
Bethenny Frankel's Connecticut estate blends her personal life with her business ventures. Her team works directly on site, and together they've built Frankel's social media empire. Her TikTok account has more than 2.5 million followers.
What's she like to work with?
You can tell the
What is
truth.
nice to work with?
You tell the truth.
The best part is the chaos. Every day is different. So it's fun, and sometimes I'll walk in and we'll pick all these outfits, or she'll have me try random Colombian coffees.
She could call me and be like, we need to find the best chicken salad in all of the country. Like, I need to know. The people need to know. But then at the same time, she's like, we have to get in touch with Trump's office. Like, we have to get in touch with them. Like, both things are on my to-do list, and both of them have to happen.
Like, it's completely insane. So it's fun, it's alive, it's improv. It's being on Saturday Night Live all day long, which is my dream. My only dream in life that I've never realized is to host Saturday Night Live or to be on the show. Been mentioned 5 times, but who's counting? All right, so this is the podcast space. The reason the podcast is so great for me is that I could just like sit down and just talk about anything I want, and that rates better than when I have Matthew McConaughey on. It's crazy.
Isn't that funny?
For me, that's what it always is. They just want to hear me talk about nothing.
Using her platform to help others, Frankel started the BStrong Foundation in 2017. It's raised more than $400 million to assist people in crisis, doing everything from starting a cash card program to providing supply-filled warehouses. After the recent wildfires in Los Angeles, Frankel has focused her efforts on the city's recovery, personally visiting a church to speak with victims.
They were zombies. They looked like they were completely traumatized. And I just, one by one, started connecting to them. I just started talking to them about that they're in for the fight of their lives, and that this is a community now, and these are your people, and that we're gonna give you guys each other's information, and this church will be sort of your hub. And I didn't want people to think that this whole thing was reduced to rich people, because they didn't feel seen. I think a lot of people feel invisible.
Did you lose your house? I'm so sorry.
They need more than thoughts and prayers. They need a plan.
Yeah, I mean, you've worked your ass off to get to where you are, but you also recognize your good fortune, and you want to do more than just write a check to
Yeah,
give
I don't
back
think, but
and
I'm not making
create
that
change.
connection. I'm not like, oh, because I have a good fortune, I'm gonna do this. Because I can do this, I'm gonna do this. And I can like really do it better than anyone else, and I can like make it happen, and I can put this superhero cape on and raise money and have these billionaires that you know of, you've heard of all of them, reach out to me to just hand me money with no obligation, with no credit, with no pamphlet, with no rubber chicken dinner, with no bull, no one performing. That is real.
The crew wants to see me projectile vomit today.
That's amazing. I can do that for you.
New York City or Miami?
Miami,
Heels or flats?
flats,
TikTok influencer or TV star?
TikTok influencer,
Online or in-person shopping?
online,
TJ Maxx or Marshalls?
TJ Maxx,
Chicken salad or caviar?
chicken salad. You want to eat something? They said you might want to have a weirdo snack.
I'm game.
This is typically like in the morning at like 10 o'clock, I'll do something like, I was just gonna do this. See, I just started this, but then I thought I'd wait for you. So what would happen is I would do what has come to be known as a weirdo snack,
And how did you get that name?
because they're weird snack. Are you a top or a bottom?
You answer that.
Okay. I don't know.
It's a lot of cream cheese.
This is very expensive. Well, someone here will eat it, most of it. I know you're not gonna eat it with that boyish figure you have. I'm sure you don't eat a lot of cream cheese, but here we are. This is Tobiko, but this is the green version. I don't know why I got the green version, but have you ever had, do you like wasabi? Do you like spice or no?
Sure, yeah.
I don't feel like green Tobiko is very big in St. Louis, but you know what? You're gonna be courageous. I'm going the other end. This is this. Taste it. Let's see.
Which one first?
I would say the black caviar first. Let me see what you're eating.
A lot better than I was expecting.
Let's do something else then.
Wait, should I try the green?
That's not giving St. Louis, but let's see. Like, I love it. It's got a snap.
Don't like that one as much.
Yeah, it's serious. That's why I wasn't gonna let you start there. But then chicken salad, I'm chicken salad famous. Everybody kind of knows. I think it's my greatest accomplishment. Are you scared of seaweed?
No. How often do you eat?
A lot, all
are
day.
you a constant snacker?
Yeah, I'm a big snacker.
You do big meals or
Swedish
just like a bunch
candy
of-
was like a food group for me for 3 months. So I'm on a little bit of a healthy glow up right now.
Okay.
So that's a very basic bite, but it's a very good bite. And you can tell me.
Why aren't you trying it?
Very good. This is for serious interviewers.
Am I
That's
serious?
a very me snack, like right there. Go ahead, enjoy. You're welcome. And how good is that? But what I
Really
really,
good.
right? But what I really would do is that. Like that's something I would definitely do. That's so good though, you gotta try that. This is a real weirdo snack. You guys said he wanted to make weirdo snacks together. This is like I'm like naked right now. This is like so personal. I'm just alone here in my pajamas making my weirdo snacks. It's not usually a group
pajamas?
activity. Always in my pajamas. Always in my pajamas.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
You like the weirdo snacks? Well, good. I'm glad you're in. Anybody want a bite of a weirdo snack? No? Okay. All right.